I want to thank everyone for coming together today to recognize World Autism Acceptance Month. I think this is a wonderful gesture for you all to be here, and as Municipal Council, I know we were really happy to be able to do this. This is I think this is like our first flag raising ceremony, really. So lots of ground being broken here today. We recognize how important it is to understand the challenges and the rewards of people who are living with autism every day, and the people who are parts of their families and friends and support networks. It's estimated that 1 in 66 people across the country are on the autism spectrum. This month of April marks Autism Acceptance Month, and Saturday, April 2nd, is marked World Autism Acceptance Day. We hope that our community will join those in the autism community across the globe and come together as a community to celebrate autism and to promote acceptance and inclusion throughout the province and throughout the world.
And with a strong gust of wind, perfect for flag flying weather, Warden Amanda Mumbercat helped to raise the autism flag in front of the municipal building in Arichat.
There it goes.
As you can hear, Richmond County's first official municipal flag raising drew a great response from those in attendance.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy we were able to do this. It's exciting for me, exciting for council. Thank you so much for being here. And a special shout out, of course, to Natalie and Felicia and all the folks who work to improve our accessibility and inclusion and to celebrate autism in our communities.
By the way, the Natalie that Warden Mumbercat just mentioned is Natalie Stevens. She is the support coordinator for the Strait Area Regional Council of Autism Nova Scotia. And while the flag raising was happening during the noon hour in Arichat, Stevens and her colleagues, including Deputy Mayor Jason O'Coin in Port Hawkesbury, were preparing a similar ceremony at the Port Hawkesbury Civic Centre.
Whereas it is estimated that 1 in 66 people across the country are on the autism spectrum, and 1 in 34 people, approximately 30,000 individuals in Nova Scotia, are on the same autism spectrum. And whereas many dedicated autistic individuals, people with autism, parents, teachers, researchers, and professionals, including those at Autism Nova Scotia and other community-based organizations, work tirelessly through our province to make the communities where we live accessible and inclusive for autistics, individuals with autism, and their loved ones. And whereas with 11 locations throughout the province, and with the support of the autism community, Autism Nova Scotia builds understanding, acceptance, and inclusion for autistics, individuals on this autism spectrum, and their families throughout leadership, advocacy, education, training, and programming across the lifespan. And whereas this month of April marks Autism Acceptance Month, on Saturday, April 2nd, marked World Autism Acceptance Day, when people across the globe come together as a community to celebrate autism and promote acceptance and inclusion. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Jason O'Coin, Deputy Mayor of Port Hawkesbury, on behalf of the Port Hawkesbury Council, do hereby proclaim April 2022 as Autism Acceptance Month throughout Port Hawkesbury and the Strait Area, and encourage all of our citizens to recognize the autistic individual, people with autism, family members, caregivers, educators, and other professionals who strive to make Nova Scotia an inclusive and accessible place for us all to call home.
Our chapter encompasses Antigonish, Guysborough, Inverness, and Richmond counties. I also have a 9-year-old daughter on the spectrum, so advocating, supporting, and working with the autism community is near and dear to my heart. Our chapter has some great things planned for this month. First, of course, starting with today's event. I'd like to thank all the communities that are flying our flag today: Antigonish, St. Peter's, Guysborough. I'd like to thank Warden Amanda Mumbercat for hosting an event in Arichat today, and of course we're here in Port Hawkesbury with Deputy Mayor Jason O'Coin.
And now, as we mentioned earlier, let's return our focus to autism and the celebration and acceptance of autism here at home and around the world with the support coordinator for the regional chapter of Autism Nova Scotia serving the Strait Area, Natalie Stevens. One of the big reasons we want to have you, of course, is because we just came off of some activities in Port Hawkesbury and in Richmond County on Saturday, World Autism Acceptance Day. And of course, we are celebrating Autism Month during the month of April. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your organization, your portion of Autism Nova Scotia, and what it does in the area. So can you tell me a little bit to start off about how long the Strait Area Regional Council has been going and what geographical areas you cover? What do you folks do?
So it's Autism Nova Scotia Strait Area Chapter, and we have been around since 2014. In 2019, we actually got our first office. It was just located in Port Hawkesbury in the McLeod Lorway building, just a small little office. But in last year in July, I moved us over to Mulgrave. So we are in the old school in Mulgrave. And we have a beautifully large office with a play space, and we have access to the gym and the outside area there. So hoping to start some programs in that location soon. COVID has kind of stopped us from doing a lot of in-person things, but I'm hoping that's shifting now. But we do cover, I support Richmond, Guysborough, Antigonish, and Inverness. So we are the quad counties.
So you're really taking all that region in. How do you feel things are going in the individual regions in terms of your activities? Because it really seems that Richmond is coming on stream just in recent times. But can you tell us a little bit about how things are going in terms of the activities you offer in these specific areas?
So obviously Port Hawkesbury has always been big. We've been here for a while and seen in Port Hawkesbury specifically a lot. So my goal coming on was to try to get us known and seen in the other areas. So Richmond has been great. They've been getting a lot more people from their area reaching out to me. I've connected with the recreation department there. They've done the sensory skate at the arena this whole winter and last winter. I'm sure we're going to partner up for some more things. I know last year when we did Autism Acceptance Month, the little gym in Arichat, little classes and sessions that they donated some money back to us for it and promoted us. And then, of course, Warden Amanda Mummercat had no problem doing the flag raising ceremony, and we actually have a flag flying in St. Peter's. So Richmond has been great. Guysborough has been wonderful. When we did our walk in September, I believe they had over 100 people walk in that area. We have some great families there that have been a huge advocate for us. And the CLC has been fantastic. And I've just recently gotten in touch with some of the town councillors, and they have our flag flying there as well. Having a little bit of a harder time breaking through in Inverness, but I finally have met some of the right people. So hoping to be seen a little more up in Inverness and Cheticamp. We go right up as far as Pleasant Bay, like our chapter. So hoping to get up in there. Obviously, Port Hawkesbury has been fantastic, and I think the move to Mulgrave has opened up a few doors. Antigonish has been a little harder to get into, but I'm only one person. I need some volunteers, some good families that are advocating in their area that are able to help me open up some doors. But I've started to meet some people, some of the right people, and we've done a few events there now, and just really hoping to get in there too. So I'm kind of focused on where it's growing. So Richmond and Guysborough right now are my focus. We're already seeing a lot in Port Hawkesbury. So kind of moving through. I'll eventually get everywhere. It's a 2-year goal.
I want to pick up on a point you made just a moment ago, talking about the sensory skate that happened at the Richmond Arena. And I understand that's happened at the Civic Center as well in Port Hawkesbury too. Has that been the case?
Yeah, we've done a few there as well. I hopefully we'll get to do some more next year. But again, this year, because of COVID, we haven't really done a lot. But I was running a Learn to Skate program. It was a 6-week program. It just ended up, we just finished on Sunday actually. And we'll do it again next year. So the Recreation Department of Port Hawkesbury, Town of Port Hawkesbury has been fantastic to partner with me. So it's great.
You mentioned that sensory skate program just wrapping up on Sunday, and on Sunday, the day after the flag raisings in Port Hawkesbury and Arichat, you folks also had a special swim event at the Strait Area pool. How did that go, and what happens at those events that's a little different?
It was so much fun. So we do a lot of family events, and we do a monthly family event, swim event at the Strait Area pool, right from September until June. So it's every month. It's posted on our Facebook page. Families can come. The kids who come can bring a friend. So it's really nice. And this was the first time that since I've been in this role that we got to use the obstacle course. So I have so many videos to post. I still have to go through them, but we had so much fun, and I think the parents enjoyed watching the kids as much as everybody. And you'll hear me screaming a lot of names of encouragement. But it was great. So now I want to do the obstacle course every time.
I bring that up because I want to pick up on a point that you made talking about the sensory skate as well, too, and about the activities that went on at the iFit Fitness Center in Arichat. We've been speaking recently on Telile 24/7 with the head of the Arichat Community Development Association, Rochelle Sampson, about the new park that they're hoping to develop near Port, which is where the fitness center is, and they're putting a high priority on sensory-friendly activities at that park. And I want to springboard off that by asking you, do you get the feeling that there's more awareness and more acceptance of the needs of the autism community, especially where children are concerned, in this area, in the Strait, in the general community, since the work started here back in 2013, 2014? Do you think people are more aware of what needs to happen to be able to make those with autism feel at home and feel safe?
I think that the committees that they created this year on the inclusive committees that they've created, I don't know exactly what they're called, but I've been asked to speak to quite a few of their meetings about autism and about sensory issues and things like that. And I think that actually has really opened up a lot of eyes, because when people think of accessibility, that's what it is. Accessibility, they just think of somebody in a wheelchair or maybe somebody blind or deaf, and they don't realize that accessibility is also hidden disabilities and other types of disabilities. So I think that being able to talk with those members of the committees for those groups has been huge. And I think that that committee has been wonderful in trying to make the changes. And I really do think that has helped a lot. But acceptance has definitely, been wonderful the last couple of years. Since I've started, I've only been here for 18 months in this role, and I'm just meeting wonderful families, and I'm meeting a lot of great advocates, and have a lot of different professionals reaching out to me and asking what they can do and what. So I think it's just a great thing that's happening right now. And if every park and every school and every building and every place could, do what they need to do to adapt, that would be the dream.
And this is personal for yourself as well, too. You do have a daughter that is on the spectrum, and obviously you're doing this for far more than for her. But can you tell me about how she inspires you and how she motivates you to be able to keep doing this work for the Strait Area Regional Council of Autism Nova Scotia?
Oh yeah, I'll talk about her all day long.
Good.
So I didn't know anything about autism before I had a child with autism. And she'll be 10 years old in July. And some days it's extremely hard, and some days it's extremely easy, and everything is different. And I just want her world to be as wonderful as it can be for her. And I have 2 nephews on the spectrum, and they're a little bit younger than she is. And everything that I think about those 3 people and how I want their lives to be better. And then since meeting all these wonderful families that I know adults on the spectrum, I know newly diagnosed, like 3-year-olds, and I just want their life to be wonderful. I want all of them to just live their best lives. So that's what I'm here to help, hopefully improve and do and direct and guide them and support them in the best ways that I possibly can.
Well, I know you and your committee have been working hard on that in the Strait, but I also know, as you've brought up a couple of times now, that COVID-19 and the accompanying restrictions have made it hard for you folks over the last couple of years. And you and I were talking just a couple of days ago about the big gathering. It was known as Walk the Walk for Autism, and I believe now it's known Walk Your Way for Autism. And you folks have struggled with that over the past couple of years and struggled with being able to offer your activities. Can you give me a look back at the difficulties that you've encountered, but also look ahead with some optimism in terms of being able to restore some of these programs and bring more awareness to autism in our region?
Yeah, the walk is our biggest fundraiser. It's basically our only fundraiser for this area. I do a few small things throughout the year, but this is it. The fundraiser allows us to have all of these wonderful family events and programs and things. So the more people we can get involved in the walk, the better. So it is now referred to, as you said, Walk Your Way. So it went into a virtual walk 2 years ago, where we just asked people to walk and take a picture and send it to us and let us know you're walking and raise some money and whatnot. Last year, I picked 5 locations because we do cover the quad counties. I wanted a place to walk in at least in every county. So we had a walk in Antigonish, Guysborough, Port Hawkesbury, Inverness, and St. Peters. We do plan to do that same thing this year. A lot of people, we're still coming off the end of COVID, so I don't know if a big gathering is the right thing to do. So I'm going to offer the 5 locations again. Well, we had a little rep there at the table passing out some T-shirts and just saying hi to the people that did come out, and we had quite a nice turnout at all locations. And we're calling it a hybrid event this year. So there might be we might do a gathering in Port Hawkesbury. So anybody that wants to come and gather can gather and walk together. It'll still be outside. Hopefully it won't rain. And then we'll still offer the virtual, here's the other locations you can walk in and just, so I think we're kind of tweaking it a little bit. And I feel it's really important to be seen in all of the areas that we cover. So I think that's what we're going to continue going forward, having an event in one location, but then here's the opportunity to walk wherever you would like, which hence Walk Your Way.
I wanted to bring you on partly so you could talk about what is happening, not only this month for Autism Acceptance Month, but also in the months to come for your organization. So what can you tell me that's happening that people can take part in?
This month, we already had our swim, but we do have another swim coming up on April 23rd at the Strait Area pool. That one will not have the obstacle course, but that's okay. We'll dive off the diving board. It's all right. So that's from 1:30 to 2:30. And then I'm really excited that we have 7 fire stations that we're touring this month. I really wanted to get some community involvement in Autism Acceptance Month. So we're going to Port Hastings. We're starting in Port Hastings on Wednesday. We're in St. Peters on Thursday. And then next week we're in Potlatech. And the week after Mulgrave. Then we're in Shetty Camp, Waikogama, and Bolston. So I have that schedule posted on our Facebook page. And we're hoping to get some families out to the goal is that, of course, they see the fire trucks because that's just fun. We'll have the lights going, but no sirens. We'll ask if while we're there, the kids want to hear the siren and if nobody has any issues, we'll let them go. But if there's anybody that's nervous or scared, we won't turn them on. But the firefighters are going to come out looking like we do. And then they're going to put their turnout gear on in front of the kids with their mask and everything, so that the kids and adults the individuals will see what they would look like in an emergency, so that they're not scared and they don't try to hide from them or don't run from them or whatever. So it's an education piece for the kids and for the families. But then in May, we're going to turn around and go back to these fire stations and we're going to offer them an education session about autism so that they know how to react to an individual with autism during an emergency. So it's a two-way street. They're gonna give us some fun and some safety tips in April, and then we're gonna go back in and talk to them in May. So
Okay.
It's good. I'm really excited about doing that partnership with them. And then last year we did a scavenger hunt and it turned out really, really well. So we're going to do that again this year. So we have little rocks that we have painted blue and we have a little design on them. And we're asking businesses. So businesses, I still don't have enough. So listen up. I need them to participate. So what we do is we hide the rock outside of the business who's agreed to participate. And we put the challenge out to the community to go around and find the rocks. And they have to take a picture of the business that they found the rock at. There's 10 rocks. The goal is to have 10 rocks in each location. And then they have to send me the pictures. And then for the full week, we post the pictures of all the businesses that participated and we post their logo and we talk about them and things like that. So they get a week-long advertising. It costs the business $25 to register. And then if they'd like to give me a donation that I can give out for prizes, I'll accept. But I do have some gift cards and things right now. So last year it was fantastic. We had lots of people out hunting for these blue rocks, and the businesses that participated were wonderful. And I'm hoping to get same response this year. So I've got a few already, but we're still working. So we're doing St. Peter's, Port Hawkesbury, Arichat, Guysborough, and Shannon.
Are you looking beyond Autism Acceptance Month to programs that would be available later in the spring and in the summer?
Yeah, so we do have Art Day in May already planned and scheduled. I'll be posting about that. We usually post things about 2 weeks in advance so that people see it and it stays fresh in their mind. So Denise Benison, she's an art therapist and she works for Anesectus, the early intervention in Glasgow. But she's coming down for a day and we're offering 3 sessions and she's doing some sensory play and she'll have some canvases and different types of paints and sands and things like that. She'll have a goal of what she would like them to create, but there's lots of different things that they can create with. And we're doing 3 different age groups. So we're doing school age, teenage, and adult. So, and that'll happen on a Saturday and I'll be posting that soon. And then we're doing that same thing in June. We're doing a gardening day. So we're going to have, all the supplies you need for your seeds and gardening and same thing, same age groups to come and create some solariums and things like that. And then we also have our swims and I have a swim in St. Abex in May as well.
Okay.
And then I booked a few things for the summer, which we don't often do, but I was so excited about doing these and I haven't told anybody yet, so I'll announce it here.
Great. Let her rip.
Yeah. So we booked the Marjorie River tubing for August 27th. So I booked up to 25 people right now, but I can have up to 50, and I feel like I'll have up to 50. And then I booked, this is the most exciting thing ever. So I have booked Camp Rankin for the weekend to take family camping in August. So I just tied that all up last week, and it's going to be awesome. I think we'll be able to take 6 or 7 families camping for the weekend, and that's going to be so much fun. And then, of course, we're going to partner with Mulgrave again this year for our summer camp. So they run a summer camp through their recreation department. And last year, we partnered with them to make their camp more inclusive. So we'll be partnering with them again this year. And possibly, I'm in the works of trying to partner with Port Hawkesbury for their summer camp as well. So lots going on.
Oh, that's wonderful. You sound very busy. And if people want to find out more about this, you've mentioned the Facebook group. Can you give me the exact name of the Facebook group and any other way that you'd like to promote for people to get in touch with you and your organization?
Sure. So if you go on Facebook and you type in Autism Nova Scotia Strait Area Chapter, you will find us. We do have a website, but it's being tweaked right now. So I haven't really been putting a lot on the website. And they can always just call me. My number, all my information is on that Facebook page. But a lot of people reach out. Mostly Facebook is really my biggest way to reach people. They can email or call as well. And all that information is on the Facebook page or on our website.
We've covered a lot of ground, Natalie, and I appreciate you giving me some time here this morning. Did you want to add anything else just before we wrap it up?
No, I really love that you gave me this time because as I've said, I still feel like I haven't reached every family and every person I could reach, and this gives me an opportunity to be seen. So I thank you tremendously for that, because I really want to reach them all.
Well, it's our pleasure, and we wish you well throughout the rest of Autism Acceptance Month and through the rest of the summer with the programs. Natalie Stevens, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Adam. Have a good day.
You too. Natalie Stevens is the support coordinator for the Strait Area Regional Council of Autism Nova Scotia. We've been speaking to her at her home via Zoom.